Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to New Orleans. Specifically, welcome back to the French Quarter today, guys. Welcome to La Vie Nola. I am Benjamin, and of course, many of you know that we do food reviews. A lot of our food reviews involve, of course, the fine dining, the more upscale places, and a lot of our reviews are roast beef reviews. Well, today, we're combining one of our upscale dining reviews with one of our po' boy shop reviews. But does that mean it's going to be a better po' boy? You see, we're headed to the Omni Royal Hotel, one of the most beautiful hotels sitting in New Orleans French Quarter, and specifically, we're heading to the Rib Room. We'll see. Does it equate to a better po' boy? So, yes, the Rib Room is probably just a little bit more posh than our normal roast beef review setting, right? So that is true. In fact, the Rib Room's been doing prime rib since 1961. So this is really kind of one of those iconic restaurants, also known for their turtle soup. So like I said, we're gonna try this today. I did get some of the turtle soup, and of course I had them pour a little sherry right over the top. Can it stand up to Commander's Palace? Let's try. Is it Commander's Palace turtle soup? No. Is it pretty darn good? Why, yes, it is. We are not here for a turtle soup review. No, not at all. So we're just waiting on our roast beef debris, really prime rib roast beef debris po' boy to come. And we're going to give that one a rating just like all the rest, right? We're going to keep these restaurants on their toes as well. So comparatively speaking, can it compete with some of our best roast beef po' boys? We'll find out. The prime rib debris po' boy just arrived. Now, for all of you purists out there, I know you're going to tell me, and please do in the comments, that this isn't exactly what you would expect with a roast beef po' boy. That is true, because there is a horseradish aioli on here, and yeah, it did come with fries. And I get it, I understand, but you know what? This is also prime rib, so it is a little bit different. That said, it is served on that wonderful Leidenheim bread, so I am anxious to bite into this one, guys. Really anxious to see what prime rib on a roast beef po' boy tastes like. I am going to take a little bit of this this au jus that we got and pour this on the roast beef po' boy. Alright, let's give this thing a go. Alright guys, roast beef review at the Rib Room in the Omni Royal. So right off the bat, the beef is a little bit drier than I expected. I think this time around we're looking at an au jus. We're not looking at a full gravy, and therefore not a roux base on this. So it is a little bit dry. That said, it's tender. You can tell it is prime rib, which is really good. I really enjoy prime rib. It's missing a little bit of that fat component, and I think that's why a prime rib is so good. It's got that fat component with it. I could use a little more of the au jus, to be completely honest. The horseradish aioli is pungent. I mean, it is there. It is one of the most prevalent flavors that you're going to get on this po' boy. Now, this is Leidenheimer bread. They did toast a little bit of the bread, so it's got that extra crunch, guys. So I enjoy it. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to rate this. I'm going to dig into this one and get back to you guys here with a final rating. All right, guys, so a little more input here. So I did add a lot more of that au jus, because without the au jus, it is rather, I don't want to say dry, because it sounds like a very negative word. I can't think of another word to use here other than dry, though. Yeah, it probably goes to say that any roast beef po' boy it needs a gravy. But that said, the au jus, it's a gravy essentially, and it's a good replacement. It makes it a lot better when you add more of the au jus. And she did put it on the side, just so we can kind of decide how much we want on the po' boy. But I think it's good. I think it's going to rate pretty high on the scale. And I was just talking to a buddy that joined me, and I said, you know, pretty much any roast beef po' boy, no matter where it's from or what it is, as long as it is technically a roast beef and it's got bread, meat, and a gravy, man, for me, it's going to be up there. It's going to be 7 out of 10, right off the bat. So, yeah, a lot of my rankings are pretty high, but you got to understand where I'm coming from, you know, being born and raised basically in a po' boy shop. I came to love roast beef, so it is ultimately one of the favorite meals in my life. So I'm always going to rate these a little bit higher. That said, I think this might not be a favorite of mine, but one that I think you could and should try if you're in the French Quarter. It's not your typical po' boy spot. Let's be honest. This is a high-end restaurant where they just happen to be serving it on the Leidenheimer bread. This is a staple on the menu, by the way. It's just during the culinary month of August, the culinary month of August. It's a little bit of a discount, for everyone, not just the locals. So why not come and try it? And that's exactly what we're doing here today. I'm going to rate this actually. I'm going to rate this at a 7.9. I think, it can't quite hold up to getting up into the 8s for me. I do kind of feel like that would be giving it a little too much credit. That said, it is different. So, in my mind, I'm thinking roast beef, I'm thinking that gravy. But that horseradish aioli is just something different, but still really, really good. I enjoy it. If you get a chance, and at any time, to come enjoy the prime rib roast beef po' boy at the Rib Room at the Omni Royal Hotel in the French Quarter, you're not having a bad day, I'll say that. Well, that was the experience at the Rib Room for their prime rib roast beef po' boy. Couple of good things. It was on Leidenheimer bread. The gravy was an au jus. It was very tasty. It was good. The horseradish aioli was really nice as well. Is it different than your standard roast beef? Yeah, of course. And I knew this was going to be a little bit different, but hey, it was actually kind of decent to have a nice turtle soup before the actual po' boy, so you don't get that every day. The question is, would I, if I was coming to New Orleans and I wanted to get a roast beef po' boy, would I say that this is a spot that you should go to specifically for roast beef? No, probably not. I thought maybe the prime rib might be something a little bit different that I might like a little bit more than your standard roast beef, which is usually going to be a top round or something like that. So I don't know that I would come here specifically for that, but I would come here for, of course, all the items on the menu. I will say that turtle soup was pretty darn good. Anyway, 7.9 out of 10. Not bad, but not great. If I'm in the French Quarter and I'm going to get a roast beef specifically, I'm probably going to be going to places like Johnny's, which is really literally down the street here. It's been around for 80 years. Even Nola po' boy does a pretty decent roast beef po' boy. We have not reviewed that on film just yet, so take that with a grain of salt, but I do know I've tried it in the past and I enjoyed it, so I'd probably go there rather than coming to the Rib Room for that. But please come give them some love if you're here in the French Quarter. It is a nice room. Our waiter and waitresses actually were really quite friendly, so your typical New Orleans Friday afternoon in the French Quarter. A little rain today, guys. We enjoyed the atmosphere. I enjoyed the meal. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Please give us some love. 83% of you are not subscribed on our channel today, so please, if you have the time to press that button, please do, guys. And as always, stay lovey.